A huge thank you to everyone who rocks with this channel every day. Seriously, you're the reason we keep digging into these stories and bringing you the truth with zero sugarcoating. Today's episode, it's wild, it's messy, and honestly, it says a lot about how politics really works behind the scenes. So buckle up, because the Department of Government Efficiency, the famous DOGE project that Donald Trump hyped like it was going to change American history, has been quietly disbanded. Quietly. As in, no big announcement, no victory lap, no nothing. And here's what makes it crazier. They still had 8 months left on their mandate. 8 months. And they still pulled the plug early. If that doesn't raise eyebrows, I don't know what will. The news slipped out in probably the most anticlimactic way possible. Scott Cooper from the Office of Personnel Management was asked about DOGE, and he just said, "That doesn't exist. That's it. That's the whole confirmation. No explanation about where the money went, no summary of what they achieved, no closure for a department that was promoted like the second coming of government reform. Just 3 words shutting down an entire initiative." And this is unreal when you remember how loud the launch was. DOGE came out swinging in January as Trump's big plan to slash government costs, cut federal fat, and make everything run more efficiently. It was supposed to be the department that scared every lazy bureaucrat into actually doing their job. And honestly, the hype worked for about a month. Trump and his team were promoting it like crazy, posting updates online, hyping its mission on every platform, promising massive budget cuts and historic financial savings. And we can't forget the moment Elon Musk walked onto a CPAC stage with a literal chainsaw. Yes, a chainsaw, yelling, "This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy." It looked like the start of a political reality show, not a government plan. It was dramatic, it was bold, it was meme-worthy, and it had everyone convinced DOGE was about to shake Washington like never before. But the truth? The numbers just weren't adding up. They claimed they cut tens of billions from government operations, but here's where things started smelling off. Nobody could verify any of it. There was no public accounting, no breakdowns, no official reports, nothing. And in government, when you start bragging about huge savings without receipts, people start asking questions. Critics came in hard, and honestly, they had a point. How do you claim a financial victory with zero transparency? How do you say you're saving money when nobody can follow the money? It's like bragging about losing weight but refusing to step on the scale. Eventually, the hype evaporated, and the promise of big reform turned into this weird guessing game where everyone was waiting for proof that never came. And now, here we are. DOGE is gone, and the people who used to run it are already reappearing in other parts of the government, like nothing happened. 2 of DOGE's top names have landed in the National Design Studio, which honestly sounds more like a tech startup than a government agency. It was created by Trump back in August, and its whole job is to make government websites look better. DOGE went from chainsaws to graphic design. That should tell you everything. Joe Gebbia from Airbnb is heading that new agency, and honestly, it feels like the administration just took DOGE's hype energy and threw it somewhere prettier. Meanwhile, Amy Gleason, who ran DOGE for a bit, is now advising the Health and Human Services Secretary. So everyone just kind of moved on like DOGE was a summer internship that ended early. And here's the part I can't ignore. Even though Trump extended DOGE's mandate through July 2026, he's been talking about it in the past tense for months. Like he knew it wasn't working, but didn't want to say it outright. It's like abandoning a project quietly, hoping nobody notices. But people noticed. Oh, they definitely noticed. Now, the idea of cutting government waste is still alive, especially in Republican-led states like Florida and Idaho. They've already started their own little mini DOGEs, hoping they can do what the federal version couldn't. But let's be real. If the big, flashy, Trump-backed, Musk-powered federal initiative couldn't pull off real savings, how are the smaller states supposed to do better? Liz Houston from the White House tried to smooth things over by restating Trump's commitment to reducing government waste. But honestly, after the Doge situation, that line hits different. If the goal was efficiency, why shut down the one department built for exactly that? And why do it quietly without owning the failure or at least explaining it? The truth is simple but uncomfortable. Doge became a symbol of big promises with no receipts, a symbol of political theater that never translated into real change. And that's why its legacy is messy. It doesn't end with a big success story. It ends with shrugging, disappearing staff, and a vague, "that doesn't exist." But maybe that's the real lesson. Government reform is easy to shout about, easy to promote, easy to brand with chainsaws and catchy names. But doing the work, the real, measurable, transparent work, is a whole different game. And Doge just didn't play it well. Thanks for watching, and if you want more stories like this with the full breakdown, the opinions, the drama, the context nobody else gives you, make sure you like this video, drop a comment with your thoughts, and hit subscribe so you never miss the next episode.